Hello, 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 welcome back. We've got the talking points for Everton Tottenham. Lost this one 2-0. Gonna keep it short and sharp for a number of reasons. This game was in the middle part of the early morning, which meant that I had to catch up and watch it. I only watched the mini match, and thankfully I did, because there was nothing of note to talk about that benefited us or really warranted any praise. This was a pretty poor performance, to be honest. A few things from the highlights, I could see quite a few things, and the number one thing that is glaring to me is, can we just get the goalkeepers, get your best keepers, your best defenders, your best mids, your best forwards, and do some match sim to simulate those situations where we do counter-attacks, because every single time we do them in actual games, they never ever come off. And we had two opportunities in the first half. Obviously, you would know those situations, Demarai Gray and Amadou Onana. Both times under pressure, both times skied the ball right over the top of the bar by about a long way. And look, if you can practice that in training and improve the craft, then do it. I mean, I can't really make the comment, given I don't know exactly what goes on in training. I can only go off training footage on the YouTube channel, but I've never seen a training drill that circulates around doing these attacking scenarios every single time. In short, there's not enough fingers on my hands to count the amount of times that it just goes horribly wrong and we come up empty-handed. That is the first thing I have to take away from this. Second of all, I mean, there's been some games where we've been on the back foot, 40% possession, but this game was probably the one that, was the most lopsided, 21 shots to 4. I mean, we've been able to even it out in that department, but it's never going to be sustainable if you're that lopsided. We actually had a fair bit of the ball. I mean, 38% isn't a great number, but in seasons gone by, it's a little bit better when we sit back. Turnovers was just way too prevalent, and you've got to really resolve that. You've got to be smarter on the ball, especially if you're getting pelted at your defensive end. And 21 shots for 2 goals, one of them being a penalty. We could consider ourselves lucky and thankful that Pickford exists. He also was somewhat responsible for the goal. Here is my opinion on this. I thought there was nothing in it. I thought that even though Jordan Pickford didn't really complain, didn't really put up a fight to say that, it wasn't a penalty. The only contact I saw was inadvertent, and it was contact between Jordan Pickford's head and Harry Kane's knee. That's the only thing I saw. I didn't see the arm really impact Harry Kane at all. I think it was in the room where he was running, the running area, but I don't think it ever made contact. My memory may not be 100% up to scratch, but in saying that, I didn't think there was that much in it, and I feel like a lot of Big Six clubs, a lot of clubs generally, you'd let that one slide. So, look, regardless, you can complain about it all you want, but obviously we didn't deserve any part of a result today, and I think that call sort of served as a little bit of justice for Tottenham's dominance. Not going to name a player of the match either. I don't think that's warranted. I mean, was there really any standout performer? Obviously didn't see the full game, can't make that judgment. But in saying that, I don't think I need to name one anyway, because for the most part, it was a pretty average performance, or worse, by every player on the pitch. And just to go back to my early point about, trying to do some match simulation to simulate those opportunities where we just cannot score goals for our life, I think it's beneficial for a number of reasons, because number one, if you get your best players to be involved in that, it replicates the game. That's the whole point of a match sim, but it will eliminate those mistakes or train you more and refine the skill in those situations. It hasn't been up to scratch for a very long time, and the personnel doesn't really match that either. But you've got to find improvements somehow, and I feel like that's a way to do it. Also, if we're going to play counter-attacking football, especially against teams that dominate possession, have the personnel to really exploit us and punish us for, sitting back and whatnot, we need to do that. It is imperative that we do that, because simply put, that plan to do counter-attacking stuff and sit back, it's not productive if you cannot specialize in this area. And yeah, you're not being able to execute it. I mean, teams are going to be more than happy for us to, sit back and play counter-attacking football because we cannot punish them. It is as simple as that. But really, that's all I have to say about it. Did say I was going to keep this one short and sharp. Did have some content that I released earlier, about under 24 hours ago. So if you want to give that a watch, do so. But apart from that, that's going to be it. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Peace.